Hey students, this is lesson 222. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use angle relationships for parallel lines cut by a transversal. There's a new word for you, so pay attention for that. To find angle measures. All right, so let's just explore this for a second here. We're going to be using parallel lines, and I'll mark that these two are parallel here. M and N are parallel. And they're cut by another line, and then we're going to explore the different angle measures that happen. So here's the transversal. A lot of times that'll be labeled T, and this is called when one line intersects two other lines. It's called a transversal. Okay, and then now we can talk about the different parts. The angles that are formed inside the two parallel lines, we're going to call that the interior. And then outside the parallel lines, we're going to call that the exterior. So there's two parts of the exterior over here. And we're going to name angles using those terms and some other new terms that we're going to come across here. So the interior angles in the above figure are 3, 4, 5, and 6. The exterior angles are 1, 2, 7, and 8. What do you think is meant by alternate interior angles? Alternate interiors. Alternate means every other. So in this case, we're going to say that the 3 and the 6 are alternate interior angles. So 3 and 6 are a pair of alternate interior angles. So let's just abbreviate that. Alternate interior angles. 3 and 6, and there's another pair. Can you see that? And that would be 4 and 5. And then alternate exterior angles. Are like 7 and 2. And the other pair is 8 and 1. All right, when parallel lines are intersected by a third line, the third line is called a transversal. All right, let's explore some angle pairs. It says here, using a protractor, find the measures of angle 1, 3, 5, and 7. I'm going to help you do that. Let me get a protractor here. Okay, so first angle I'm measuring with my protractor here is angle 1, and that's right here. And since it's an obtuse angle, we have to say that one is 140. Okay, and then the measure of angle 3, we can just spin this around this way. Measure that one. That's an acute angle, and that one looks like comes about right here. So it looks like about 40 degrees for that one. And then the measure of angle 5, as long as I'm upside down, I'm going to do 7 first here. That's an acute angle, so that one looks like it's 40. And the measure of angle 5, I need to spin this around. And that one is about 140. Okay, so I measured those. Get rid of this. And it says which pairs of angles appear to be equal. And you might notice right here that the 1 and the 5 seem to be equal. Those were both 140 degrees. And then it also appears that 3 and 7 are equal, and those both are 40 degrees. So the equal ones are 1 and 5 and 3 and 7. Now, the way those are set up, there's actually a name for those. When two angles are in the same position on the parallel line, so this 5 is on top of this line, and the 1 is on top of this line, but they're both on the same side of the transversal. We call those corresponding angles. Okay, and also 3 and 7 are corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are in the same position, just in different spots. Okay, now it also says which pairs of angles appear to be supplementary. And that looks like, if you add 140 plus 40 together, you get 180. So these two angles right in here, the two that are on the same side and on the interior, they seem to be supplementary. And the other ones that seem to be supplementary are this one and this one. So if they're on the same side but in the exterior, they seem to be supplementary. Go ahead and pause if you need to get those answers down. All right, it says, why does angle 3 equal angle 2? So we got to go back to the drawing. Angle 3 and angle 2, those are these two. And you might recognize those as vertical angles. So they are vertical angles. And the second question says, does angle 7 equal angle 2? And does angle 7 equal angle 2? Angle 7 was one of those 40-degree angles. And remember, 7 was the same as 3, and 3 and 2 are the same. So, yeah, 7 should equal angle 2. And then number 3 says use the same line of reasoning in exercise 2 to show why angle 1 equals angle 8. All right, you can go ahead and do that on your own. But what we're finding here is that certain pairs of angles are equal when we have two lines cut by a transversal. And I'm going to show those and I'll highlight them for you. This 2 and this 7 we just found out are equal. Likewise, the 8 and the 1 are equal. Those are alternate exterior angles. When two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, the alternate exterior angles are always equal. And we also are going to find out that 3 and 6 are equal. And so are 5 and 4. And those are alternate interior angles. So alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles are equal. And that's the name we're going to use for those. So we can answer this one right now. They are in measure. All right, so let's do a couple problems using this idea. Let's look at number 8 here. And we're going to try and find the missing. So when a transversal intersects parallel lines, the alternate interior angles are equal and the alternate exterior angles are equal. Remember, there's other pairs of equal angles that we can use too, like vertical angles, corresponding angles, and so on. But let's go ahead and do what we can do here. Right now, we can see that B is a vertical angle with this 53 degrees, so that helps us find that. So B is definitely 53. So, and A and 53 are a pair of supplementary angles, so we can just take 180 minus 53, and that's 127 to get A. I'll just write that here in my work. Okay. And then C is a vertical angle with A. So C and A are the same. So we can label C as 127 also. And D, remember we found that these kinds of angles, when you have parallel lines cut by a transversal, angles like that are the same. Those are corresponding angles. So A and D are the same. So D will also be 127. E and B will be the same for that same reason. So E is going to equal 53. And then F is an alternate interior or alternate exterior angle, and circle that with B. So F and B are the same. So F is going to be 53. And G and A are the same. They're alternate exterior angles also. A and G, so G is 127. So that's how you can use these ideas to help you find some missing angles. Now, this line and this line are not parallel, so we can't transfer those same ideas over to here. So H and I are equal because they're vertical, but they're not at all related to these angles because these two lines that I drew in black are not parallel. All right, we're going to stop that lesson here. If you want to go ahead and try a couple more of those problems so you get ready for class, do so. And we'll talk about it next time we meet in class.